Yes, it's true. You do get to hear me talk about burping Macho, who is my wonderfully overweight puppy. And I love him. Maui Girl, what's up, Maui Girl? Good to see you. But it's not just, that's not all it's going to be. That's not everything. That's just a, that's just a little tease. That's just a little something, something for the haters. You know. I found these glasses the other day. I got them when I went to Guardians of the Galaxy 2. I think that's what it was. Like Star-Lord. Welcome, welcome. This kid's work. They're actually helping me keep they keep my hair back, but I just wanted to show you what I had. Because like if I don't, and then my hair just flows, you know what I mean? I got good lettuce. So they look like welding goggles. They're not. Yeah. That's when I went to see Guardians of the Galaxy. Long time. I do not like Marvel or comic movies or superhero movies at all. I actually despise them, except Guardians of the Galaxy. I don't know where my hat went. I lost it. I lost my hat. It's gone. My dog probably got a hold of it. Because, you know, he's feeling better again. Because, you know, he's like this sickly little puppy until he's not sickly anymore. And then he's like this monstrosity. It's like, and you go, oh shit. Like he's on prednisone right now. And if you don't know what prednisone is a steroid. So if he was in Major League Baseball, MLB, Olympics, if he rode his Tour de France, is that how you say it? And he would be banned by the competition committee. He would test positive for performance enhancing drugs, but that's not good because he's a little pup, and we don't want performance enhancing drugs. So let me just get this Macho story out of the way. I shouldn't have even brought it up, and then we'll talk about my toothless plumber, my black market plumber, and then we'll go from there. So And then I'm going to talk a little bit about, because I've been getting a lot of inquiry again for some reason about how I can support some people and not support others. So I'm going to break it down for the really, really mentally challenged through understanding and thought. Okay. Now, Plumber's back. If you remember, if you get, I don't know if anybody remembers the plumber, the one that just like runs over stuff. He just like, he just runs over, he doesn't even, I don't think doesn't have a bumper on the front and the back anymore. So, you know, but yeah, the toothless plumber. I'm not even kidding. I saw that dude one time. It's the craziest thing. He was eating bread and soup while he was snaking the drain at the house. It was the craziest thing. And as he doesn't wear gloves when he snakes. Never mind. Anyway, let's just say he has no qualms about cleaning his fingers with his hands, with his whatever. I don't want to go there. Okay. I just don't. But it's nothing that bad. Toothless dentist is as trustworthy as a ball barber. That's a good point. What the hell are you wearing, Josh? Nothing. What are you? I mean, I can't see you, so I can't ask you that. Plus, you're a woman, and asking a lady what she's wearing is unacceptable. So I will ignore that you said that. Okay. You know, just let me do my thing. I'm vibing right now. Okay. I'm vibing. So anyway, Macho, my dog, one of two, he's got this really, really weird thing going on. He has completely reverted back to dude, we have had the crazy, I'm all over the place, but we have had the craziest weather, man. Like I thought it was over and it's starting back up again. It's like the last night before bed for like 12 hours straight, it was just nothing but just downpour and rain and friggin' wind and mud and sucked. And it's coming back, but it has been wild. So anyway, back to Mach. So Fat Mach, as we call him around here, he walks up on the couch, and on each side of the couch we have the little recliners, and so you can, they're like the automatic ones or the electric recliners. So sometimes the button gets stuck and it just sends you straight back, and that's what happened once. And as I was hitting the button to recline, what had happened was Macho decided to crawl up on my chest. He had never done it before. Mind you, I've had this dog maybe a year at the most. A little over a year. And so what happened? So he crawls up onto my chest while I'm distracted. All right. And trying to the button got stuck, so it sent me back. I can't see with these things on. And so as that happened, Macho lays on my chest, and I was like, oh, it's kind of cute, because it was cute. Like, he's cute. He's a cute dog. Excuse me. He's a great, cute little guy. So he crawls up there, and I kind of wrap my arms around him, like, like a father. And I just kind of start patting him. And he's getting very like tired. He is getting sleepy. And then all of a sudden, State Capital in the great state of California, getting hit with some Pineapple Express right now. I can use some Pineapple Express right about now. It looks like somebody's show ended. Whose show ended? Did somebody's show end? I thought so. Yep. Looks like it did. You know it. I know it. Somebody's show ended. Welcome. We show ended. Hey, how's it going, everybody? Good to see you. If you weren't here for the Macho burp beginning, and if you weren't here for the Toothless Plumber promo, were you actually here? Okay. Let me just anyway, I can't be mad, you guys. This is my second show today. Most of the time people show up anyway. Son, because I saw those things that you tagged me in, those eye photos, and oh my gosh. Thank you for making me happy. I was not here for your belch. I didn't belch. I did not belch. And guess what? You didn't miss the story, because we're just starting. I've been dragging my feet. JPL, I was dragging my feet. Wait, I was like, JPL's coming. I'm going to fake tell the burp story, and then I'm going to tell the burp story. Okay. So, welcome to Thunderdome. So anyway, Macho climbs up on me, and I'm patting him, and he lets out this horrific like noise. It's something prehistoric. It was like, he sounded like a T-Rex. All right. Stream is starting soon. Stream has started. That's right. That's funny. Stream is starting soon. Thank you, Amy. I appreciate that. So anyway, he's sitting up my chest, and he lets out this prehistoric, and he looks up at me, and I'm not kidding you. When he looks at me, he looks and he goes like he smiled. He went and lays his head down. He goes to sleep the rest of the night. If Justin shows up, I'll deal with him. I'll ban him personally. Okay. And he smiled at me and fell asleep. And I looked at him and I said, that is the most disgusting, cute thing. It's the most disgustingly cute thing that I've ever seen. It was horrendous, but it like melted my heart. Okay. And he's like, every night now, every single night, he has to jump up on me and I have to burp him. Now, not all his burps are that bad, but I've been having to burp him. He gets upset. He snarls. He goes, if I say, no, don't get up here, you're heavy. I'm tired. I don't want you on. He doesn't care. He doesn't, not that he says anything. He doesn't talk, but he never just goes, I'm going to cut this guy a break tonight. No, once he found out that I could burp him, that's all that he wants me to burp him before he goes to sleep. And he just, it's ridiculous. I'm telling you, this is not normal. What's going on over here, guys? What's going on over here is I have 2 sons, okay, that are humans. And then I have 2 sons that are dogs. And I've never really been one of those dogs are my children because, I never think of them. I didn't think of my dogs as my children. However, they're not giving me a choice. They are not giving me a choice. If I was to tell him, yes, exactly, Celeste, since you all decided to finally show up, please kindly hit the like button. It's not like I haven't. All right. Well, no, I don't know. It sucked. It was loud. It was gravelly, but they're not, it's not always like that. So anyway, they have legitimately forced me to treat them like children constantly. And it's like to the point I thought this in my head just the other day because we have a little farmer's market in Henderson Center on Thursdays. And it was canceled today because of the monsoon, but I'm going to go next weekend. I'm going to go to the farmer's market. And I was sitting there looking at Macho and I go, I'm going, do you want to go to the farmer's market? And he's like, ears perked up. He didn't know what the hell I'm saying. Like I could say anything. It's like, do you want to go? You want me to shove your face in dog crap? And he'd be like, But I said, do you want to go to the farmer's market? And his ears like perked up. And so I pull out my phone and I start looking on Amazon because I'm looking for a little, like a strap, like a little baby harness. Like and then I stopped myself. I said, this is too much, dude. You're not this guy. It's nothing wrong with being this guy, but you're not this guy. And I'm slowly turning into it like a werewolf. So it's just a slow burn. And I'm fighting it with every bit of my being. And I can't do anything to stop it. I used to make fun of people that were like that. I tell my little doggies all the time, he's such a good boy. He doesn't get better. Like they don't know what the hell I'm saying. They just know that I'm talking to them, and they're like, and it's like, it's happening slowly. And it's driving me insane. I don't know what to do. It's ridiculous. I don't think it's cute. I don't think it's funny. I think it's necessary. I think it's a way of life. Because my children are at the age where, it's like, they need me like when they need me, which isn't nearly as often as it used to be. And, I've come to terms with that. But I think what happens is you know, like, this is just the natural progression of life. Something has happened. Something has happened to me. Okay? Something's happening. I'm going through a transformation. And not the cool kind. Going through a transformation. I've become just a little. It's just a little like. I don't know what to do. Every single night, I'm telling them to go to bed. Get in bed. Get in bed. I even have to give them a little tap on the little bum bums. Real tiny. Just little. Go to bed. Go. I'm talking to them like they're humans. I'm losing my mind. I need counseling. I'm losing it. I'm talking to dogs at night. Loudly. People can hear me. I'm talking to these little bastards going, hey, stop. I say that, stop. Because Otis will do this thing. He'll walk up and he thinks that it's like funny to like pull stuff out from underneath people like a friggin' human. And every night when I go to sleep, and I wake up and things are normal, it gets weird at night, man. It's weird. It's like Night at the Museum. They come to life even more, because I'm around more in the evening and they are much more excited to have me around. And like they come to life. It's weird. And I really feel like at some point we're going to develop into, this is where maybe it's mental, it's all mental, is that at some point one of them's going to say a word to me and I'm going to lose my mind when that happens. My mind will have already been lost, but I'll completely lose it. I'll never find it again. These dogs are real people inside a doggy package. You understand? Like they're dogs, but they're peoples. And they're peoples, but they're dogs. And like, I want them to just be dogs. Just be a dog. It's fine. I love dogs. I don't like people that much. Like, I like animals. Where they're starting to walk on their back legs. They're walking around on their back legs at night. That's not normal. I'm cleaning their mouths with tissues. It's not normal. Okay. Oh, come here. You have something on your face. And then they come over and they let me wipe their face. They like a little kid. I've lost all control. This is not. I am being forced into a situation. I'm being forced into a situation. I gotta put the glasses on. I am being forced into a situation where these dogs have claimed whatever free time I possess. And I was, look, I love my dogs. They're great. I'd do anything for them. But oh my God. Oh my God. I don't know what to do. I don't know what to do. But it's crazy to think the way that they are. They think like, but BS, I had some, like, I was like getting to that free time. I mean, look, my grandma goes to the doctor more than any person in the world, especially for being as particularly healthy as she is. So some of my time is taken up by that. But I was like, yeah, I'm going to start having a little bit. Nope, 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 nope. I'm in the bathroom, right? I could be doing anything. And they're banging on the damn door. Both of them. They're hitting it with their hands. They take their paws and they smack the door. And I'm like, that's too much, dude. That's too much. I tell them, knock it off. Don't do that. I open the door and they just look at it. Don't do that. And I shut the door. And then they hit the door again. Follow me every step that I take. Anything. They cut me off at the pass. Every single friggin' time. I can't do anything. Macho's eyes or Otis's eyes, anytime, it could be 4 a.m. and I could be getting up to get some water. As soon as I stand up, his eyes pop open like this, like he's Cheech and Chong, and he's scanning back and forth. He's not moving his head. He's just moving his eyes like this. For those of you listening, I'm moving my eyes back and forth. But that's what he does. Now I'm dizzy. But that's what he does. Every move. God forbid I open a wrapper of any kind. This could legitimately be. I'm telling you, this could legitimately be like, I don't know, a urinal cake. And oh my God, here they come. Hi, Brandy. Here they come. It honestly sounds like what I would imagine a stampede would sound like in person. I've never been around a stampede, but you would be surprised at how much noise 2 short, fat dogs, how much energy and forward momentum and it's like a locomotive. Now, I know there are people that are listening to this that are saying, embrace it. It's inevitable. I'm going to fight this with every fiber of my being. I'm going to fight it. I'm fighting it. Embrace it. No. It's already been embraced. But let me just and here's another crazy thing, right? So then today Otis has this little key, okay? This key that he likes to and he carries it around in his mouth with him. It's the cutest thing. It's not that cute. It's the cutest thing ever. It's not that cute, except it's the cutest thing you've ever seen or I've ever seen in my life. So then he likes to do this thing where he jumps up with his little key and he puts his paw on me, like one hand, leans up against me and just scouts the room. Like, what's the vibe? What's the move? Just back and forth, very, and he's looking up like he wants me to put my hand around him. And so I do. And I'm holding him, I'm patting him, and I'm going, you're the cutest thing I've ever seen in my life. Oh my God, I love you so much. Look at that little face. Look at that little face. And he's just sitting there. I'm just like, dude, come on, man. You knock it off. But he can't. He cannot. They can't. They can't help themselves. I don't know what to do. Tanya Delaware says, hit the like button, guys. Please. It's free. Thank you very much. I appreciate that. Thank you. And I agree that the baby strap is too much. You should probably get, yeah, I'm going to put a dog in a stroller. Like, I'm going to really, well, maybe I will. It's official. Josh is trained. It's something, dude. It's something. I'm telling you. They're children. Now, my previous animal, Maggie, who was like my best friend, she was the thing about Maggie was that she was a little bit more independent. Like she could kind of handle herself. She could get lost. Not that she did, but she could get lost in the wilderness and probably sustain herself. Otis and Macho, if you put them in a residential park and leave them at their devices, both of them, they're dead in 3 minutes tops. I'm looking more at 2.5. There's not one environment that's not inside with people around that they would survive. So they're not self-sufficient animals, you know? And we're talking just a public park, not even a forest. Like we're just a public park with a couple trees, some birds and shit. and they're done. They're done. There's nothing that's going to happen that's going to be conducive to them continuing life. Do you wipe their hiney with a wet wipe? Sometimes I have to, yes. Sometimes. But like I'm saying, you can't just leave these little bastards. You can't. They struggle in the backyard. Macho gets sprayed by skunks and wedged under the shed on a continual basis. Okay. So if they go outside, first of all, you have to keep an eye on them. Second of all, it's like Honey, I Shrunk the Kids trying to get them back to the door. If you've ever seen Honey, I Shrunk the Kids, it's the same thing. Trying to wrangle these little bastards to the front or to the back door. And then here's the really pissy part is they have a dog door. They know how to use the dog door, but they don't use the dog door. They wait for me to open the friggin' door. But when I'm not there, they go out of it just fine. But if I'm there, you better open the door for me. Tiger got out of the cage. I'm just saying that it's not normal. And it's just not, I don't know. Like the other night, okay, for example, so Otis wasn't feeling very good, right? So he had this little cough. We've got it taken care of. He went to the vet. We took care of it. He's fine. This little cough. That's what he was doing. That's it, right? So I'm freaking out, like this he's got Ebola or whatever. I'm just like, God, he's got AIDS. Oh my God, I don't know what to do. And you know, so I was like calling the vet and like threatening them, like, you're gonna see my dog tomorrow. Do you understand? And that didn't happen. But I'm just saying that they're like, we could put you on the wait list. Blah, blah, blah. So he did. So I was like, okay. I don't want Otis running around. So Otis has a cage that he's probably spent a whole 17 to 19 minutes in just over 2 years. Something like that. And so I was like, I'm going to make him sleep in the cage tonight. Like he's going to sleep in this cage. And he's going to love it. And he's going to be calm. And I put him in there because I want him to calm down. And then what happens is when I put the blanket over it, I leave about that much of a gap. But I didn't notice it until it was around 20, 30 minutes later. He's quiet as a mouse. And I'm so thankful. I'm so happy. He's quiet. Thank the Lordy Lord. He's quiet. He's gone to sleep. And I was like, but I need to check on him. I just got to check him. So I go over and I go to check on him. And I lift up but even before that, he's got his head tilted sideways, butt in the air, legs down, one eye. Flo, where you at? He's got the one eye and he's looking at me. And I went, what is it? What are you doing? What are you doing, what are you doing, Otis? And he's like, are you gonna let me out? Huh? Why am I in here? Like, he didn't say that, but I thought that's what I heard him say. Huh? What are you gonna let me out? He was looking at me through the crack the entire time. It was actually kind of Peeping Tomish, Don Wells vibes to the max. But so I let him out. It's pathetic. It's just pathetic. It's just like, I got to get a control on this, but I doubt that that's going to happen. I would like it to happen, but it's probably not going to. But jeez. So with that being said, we'll move on to the title of the show. I don't know how we recover from here, but a person is smart and people are dumb. God, if that is not the truth, I tell you that the criticism that I've received by many people around YouTube, which I literally couldn't care any less about most people's opinions. I do have got a couple questions from a couple of people that I sort of kind of respect, I guess. I mean, I don't know if that's the term. I don't know if it's respect. It's something. I don't know. I wouldn't call it respect, but it's like, yeah, I heard what you said. I heard it. And the question is, how can you support this person and not support that person? They're in the exact same position. And that's the way that it is presented. That's the way that it's asked. That's the way that people present it. And it's so dumb. Okay. I don't consider myself an intellectual at all. But one thing that I have always known is the way that people present questions, the way that they want you to answer them. Okay. So it's like, but didn't you do it this way? Didn't you feel that way? Don't you feel this way? Don't you feel that way? And you're going, well, isn't it this way or isn't it that way? And you're like, no, it's not. It's not. I think about this all the time. This it's like it's a false dilemma. All right. I don't know how many of you are familiar with what a false dilemma is. But basically it's like Sophie's Choice, but without comparing apples to apples. You're comparing apples to oranges, and we get a lot of that. And while I do think that it's important to let people know like where you stand on certain issues, and I'll just say this but this isn't what the stream's about, but you know, the criticism is, well, if you support Brandy and Tyler, but you don't support Don and Candace, you're a hypocrite. And I'm here to tell you that those are not the only options. Okay. And they're presented that way to people. Meaning, if you're asked the question that way, it's like trying to load the question. It's called a false dilemma. A false dilemma. You are presenting one situation with many different variables to another situation with many different variables. And I cannot explain to you any clearer the difference. It's not the actual circumstance that I'm talking about. I'm not talking about the child. I understand that the children are gone. I understand that aspect of it very clearly. Okay? Now hang with me, because that's where the similarities for me stop, and the odd behavior and discrepancies begin. It's not the same. If it is to you, you're simple. If it is to you, that's fine. But that's not how my mind works. Somebody was saying the other day on somebody's stupid show, I don't even remember what it was, that, oh, Justin's interview was really good until the lab came up there, which I agree. I tried to tell Justin, do not let me up on that panel. He asked me, I didn't want to do it, but I did it because I was like, frig this guy. All right. He sucks. Not you, Justin. And he said, it got ugly. It got ugly. It got uncomfortable or something like that. Right. I'm going, this person has an opinion that people are listening to, and it's just a bad opinion. I'm not saying that they're wrong, but it's a bad opinion. It's stupid. These are the same kind of people that fall for the making a murderer crap, the same kind of people that fall for the Scott Peterson Innocent Project, this Karen Reed bull crap. Oh, that's what the same kind of people, you know what I'm saying? Like, they fall for this stuff. And I don't know how much of it is like ignorance or if it's just stupidity, because the takes aren't very good. And it's kind of like these little clip channels the same way. They pick and choose who they think is good and who's not. They don't cover everybody equally. If they don't like you and or whoever you're associated with, they'll make a video about you, but they'll stick with somebody who's 10 times worse or has done just terrible things, but that's okay because they're friends. You know, it's not applied evenly. People make no sense. My opinion is my opinion. My show is my show. And the people that watch it, they can either agree or not agree. It doesn't matter. I'm fine with it either way. But like, Stacey is not a tard. He's just not. Like he says he is. He says that about himself. He's not. Okay? He's not mentally retarded. He's just not. And that's going to be the excuse. I get so like, it's so infuriating to think like there are people that would rather this case, Michael's case or Summer's case or whatever, not be solved because a certain person may or may not have helped in an investigation. Do you know what I'm saying? That's how they won't come out and just say that, but that's how sick they are. That's how mental they are. Just because people have YouTube channels does not mean that what they're saying makes any sense whatsoever. Usually they get, what happens is you end up pandering to the lowest common denominator. Yes, I said that. The lowest common denominator. Okay. Because those are the only people that you can get to go along with your bullshit. Get what I'm saying? And they'll give me constructive criticism like I care, like I'm asking for it, like I'm actually going to think, wow. Huh. You know? Like I'm going to take what you're saying as gospel. My brain works different. It just works so much different. People on YouTube just say the dumbest stuff like it's true. And you just say it and nobody's there to rebut them. You know, I get so tired of hearing about Michael Crow with McDonough because he wasn't even the one that interviewed Michael Crow. He gave him a test. Mark Risley sat there for 12 hours or whatever. Its name is Mark Risley. You can look it up. He's the one that interrogated them. It had nothing to do with Chris McDonough. But yet people say he railroaded these 3 kids and put them in prison. I didn't know you could be a judge, jury, and executioner. It's insane. Mark Risley is his name. He did not beat a confession out of anybody, but they'll say that. They'll say that like it's true. And it's not true. It's a lie is what it is. It's not even being disingenuous. It's just a lie because the evidence is out there. It's plainly shown. And then you get into these false dilemmas with people who have no business even giving criticism to a friggin' sloth. Hey, Mr. Sloth, you should hurry up. Who the F are you? Go smoke your cigarettes. Get away from me. Hey, Mr. Sloth. you know? And you're just like, it's mental. The sky is blue. No, it's not, asshole. It's red. And it's just like, so the people that want to give me advice or ask me those questions, just save your breath. I don't care. Like I said, a person is smart. Most people are dumb. And I've really just come to figure that out. Like, I don't know where I am. You know, I'm dumb, but I mean, I've just realized that there are people dumber than me. That's scary. You know, I don't care. I don't mind. It's like, um, this one of the dumbest terms, a tragedy pimp is what it's called. If you cover any case where anybody has any tragedy, you're a tragedy pimp. So Dateline, 48 Hours, all those shows that they watch and they pay money to subscription, documentaries that they watch, all that stuff that they consume, force them into. So you're a tragedy consumer. You're not a tragedy pimp. You're a tragedy consumer. Okay. So do you at all watch true crime? Well, even people with clip channels they watch true crime channels. Okay. It's just how it is. They're interested in true crime. All right. And it's a dumb term, but it's okay. Use it if you feel morally like superior by saying it. If you think it's clever, if that's what you think it is. But you should never watch another crime documentary. You should never watch another 48 Hours. You should never watch another Dateline. You should never watch another limited documentary series ever. Ever. Okay? Because you're contributing to the same thing that you're talking about. All right? Watch what you want to watch. Talk about what you want to talk about. It's the dumbest thing I've ever heard. The same people that say it are the same people that do it. The same people that are trying to condemn it are the same people that consume it. You get me? How does that not make sense? You're not morally superior to anybody with your little music here and look, a little arrow here. Now, you don't talk. You play other people's stuff and have an opinion about it, but you can't just talk. You can't rest on your own laurels. You don't have an actual opinion. And when you do have one, it makes no sense. There's no shame in it. It's this weird bully, there are solely channels that are talking about other people's behavior in general. Well, okay, when we can talk about your behavior and the mistakes that you've made, then maybe you could have the right to have an opinion about that, but you're probably some serial killer or toenail collector, all right, that doesn't want to show their face, or don't dox me. Okay. Don't dox me. Shut up. Don't dox you. Don't dox me. You know, oh, you are so foul what you do. You were so foul the way you took about people. But I'm gonna make videos about you. And by the way, like, dude, I will like, oh my god, I couldn't even imagine doing that. Like that being a hobby. Holy shit! Could you imagine that person at like an actual party? Like, do you want to go get some punch? No, that punch has too much sugar in it. They shouldn't even be serving it to people. All right, see ya. Hey, golly. Just the weirdest stuff you've ever heard of, man. But people are like, yeah, no, man, it's just, yeah. Don't let them bother you. Don't let the negative outweigh the positive. I used to be like, oh my God, a tragedy. Somebody call me this, somebody call me that. I don't care. I don't care. The same people that are doing it are the same people that consume, that were apart. They've been ostracized and they found another community or whatever it is. And they go, I hate this community. Give me, bro, for the first 45 minutes tonight, I talked about burping a dog. You know, like, there are other things to consume. There are other things to talk about. You're not saving the world. Saving the world. I am a social justice warrior. You've said racist things before. You've said sexist things before. You've said this and you've said that and you've done this and you've done that. And you're just like, so what? Shut up. Just shut up. Like, go mow your grass and hang out with your family and, just be positive. Just be positive, Like, I'm going to do something productive today. No, I'm going to make a whole thing about a tragedy pimp. That'll show them. And you're like, what? Oh, God. That'll show them. Oh, boy. Look at all these people. Oh, man. You're just like, cool. Nobody gets ruined. The only people that gets ruined on YouTube are when YouTube takes their channel. That's it. YouTube ruins YouTube. YouTubers don't ruin YouTubers. It just doesn't happen. It might, but there's so many people that watch and it's the turnover and blah 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 blah, on and on and on. And so it's just like, I'm gonna work really hard on this. Awesome. Cool. Because that's the only way that they can get people to watch them, is if they talk about something that somebody else that has any sort of following, then they're like, oh yeah, I hate that guy too. That's my favorite. I hate somebody over the internet. Like, oh, gives a crap. Like, I don't get it, man. But I don't want to either, because I don't really care. You know what I mean? I like to talk about it because I think it's funny. But, when people present you with this stupid, well, how do you do this? And you can't do that. It's like, I just do whatever I want. That's it. That's all I'm saying from now on. I just do whatever I want. However I want to do it, I'm just going to do it. I don't care. And I do. I always have. I always will. I do it the way that I want to do it. You do it the way that you want to do it. Do what you want to do. Make your little stupid videos. Nobody watches anyway. Like, oh, cool, man. 1,000 people watch. You've been on YouTube for 7 years. Like, shut up. Go away. You know, just walk away from it all. You know, but it's, and I don't even have a problem with like people like reviewing it, but just like have your opinion. I don't need your advice. I'm fine. I'm doing all right. I don't need your actual advice. You know, you should really do this. You should put this and this, and you should do that. It's like I'm purposely not going to do anything to appease anybody. I don't believe in cancel culture. I do not believe in hating people for their beliefs. I do not believe in holding people's feet to the fire for things that they have said in the past. I do not judge people on their past, only their present. And that's just how I'm operating. That's just the decisions that I've made. Those are the decisions that I've made, and and that's how I'm going to constantly do things. And I think that for the most part, it's worked out. I like to do things my way. Now, my way is not always the right way. But when it goes wrong, at least I can say, that's my fault. You know? Belong to two of your channels. My own free will. Cat H, I appreciate you. Thank you so much. Gifted one Lab After Dark membership. Yaya's World. Thank you. Thank you. Like I said, when it goes south, whatever, I'm the one to blame. But until that happens, you know, it's just like I want to do things the way that I want to do them. I want to talk about what I want to talk about, the way that I want to talk about it. We're all allowed to have feelings. That there's no doubt about that. Just like get your own life. Go do something else. Like, I don't know, race turtles or something. Go draw a salamander on the sidewalk with some chalk. Yeah. You know what I'm saying? Dude, go draw a salamander. With what? Chalk. Where? On the sidewalk. All right. That's the new flying a kite. Go race turtles or draw a salamander on the sidewalk with some chalk. You know, it's like, that made no sense, but that's what I wanted to convey because it didn't come out that way. Now, however, I did want to tell you that so we have this like major bamboo problem, and it's like from my neighbor's yard, which may or may not, well, I won't go into that. Let's just say that I want their bamboo to go away. And their bamboo, it grows through the cracks of clay pipes, and it clogs the pipes, right? So it sucks. So about once a year, I have to have this guy come out and snake the drain with one of his little cutters. Now, this guy, you will not find this man in any conventional way. He's one of those, I know a guy, here's his number, don't say I sent you. He's one of those. But here's the thing is, when you're in, you're in. The prices are unbelievable. All right. It just unbelievable. wonderful prices. And it's just when you're in, you're in. There's nothing else to say. But you may have to put up with a couple of quirks. And a couple of quirks. Yeah, I know. So I've had half of them. I've had half of them changed. I got to get the other half changed. It's very expensive. I'm going to do it myself, but it'll be fun. Because, digging trenches are fun. But anyway, it's crazy expensive. But like I said, every year or so. And he drives a windowless utility van, nothing creepy. You can tell that it's a work van, mostly from the dents. And so he had a bumper for a while, like a back bumper, and he did have a front bumper. Both were on their last legs. And I saw him when he pulled up today. Both of his bumpers are now gone. And he got out of his car or his van. He's short too, kind of like a Keebler elf. He's pretty short and perfect plumbing build. And it's just pouring rain, so it sucks. And here's the thing about him. Like, I have to do half of the work because of the price that he charges. So like I get it all prepped, right? He does very little in the way of actually working when he comes over, but he's got the equipment. I don't. And he was drinking a warm, because I asked him, I said, is that a cold drink? He's like, no, it was a diet orange Sunkiss warm. He was chugging it like it was a glass of water. I'm not kidding. It's like, that's unbelievable. It's disgusting. He had a whole case of them. I saw it. I saw it when I was loading the snake back into his truck for him. But I always think like construction guys, I always think like people like that, they go home and they drink. Apparently that's not the case. And I say it all the time. I'm like, he's like, oh yeah, I'm headed home now. I'm like, all right, there you go. You crack yourself a beer. And because I think that's like what plumbers do or whatever. But I noticed immediately when he showed up that he didn't have his teeth in. Like something had changed from the last time that I'd seen him. And it was that he doesn't have any more teeth. So he does have the butt crack exposure thing, but like he's out of teeth, dude. Like he's out of them. And he doesn't care. He's walking around toothless. But here's the thing. So I say to him, I was like, is this your last stop of the day? He's like, yeah, I'm heading on home. He's in a good mood today, which is really weird. Usually he's in a really bad mood and he like throws stuff. He does too. He gets super pissed. He's like, son of a, throws his shovel. I've seen him literally take his shovel and slam it like into the dirt because he was mad about a phone call or something. And it's like the best ever, dude. This guy, he is a champ. But he says, so I say, okay, well, you should go home and drink some beer. And he goes, no, I don't drink anymore. Or I don't drink, or I don't know if it was anymore. But he said, I don't drink. And I said, oh, all right. And then he said, what I'm going to go home do is I'm going to go cook. He goes, I'm going to go cook on my Traeger like that, right? And I said, oh, I got one of those. I said, what are you going to cook? And he says, I'm going to cook a tri-tip. I've been resting my gums all day. See you guys later. Resting his gums all day. I didn't even know what to say to that. I was like, oh my God. I'm out of here. I don't know, man. Resting his gums. Exactly. What's that even mean? It means that he's been resting his gums so he could chew the friggin' tri-tip. Like I don't know what that means. It's like he's resting his gums. Resting his gums. I never heard of such a thing. Yeah. You guys have a good night. Thank you so much for being here. I appreciate the gifted membership and just anybody being here, hitting that thumbs up. I appreciate that. You guys are very, very, very kind. Gotta go rest my gums.
Yes.